Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality, spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Get real good.
Welcome, everyone. It is time to get real. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and, you know, my son sang that song that you just heard, my Reality Spirituality song, and every time I listen to it, I hear something different. So today I heard open your ears for this one, which is really funny because we really can't close our ears, but close our ears, open your ears for this one. I don't know. I just kept laughing when I heard it. Let me get to the show. I digress. Reality Spirituality. This show is about our everyday life circumstances. Every single moment by moment, we are connected. We are connected to the universe, of course. We are the universe. And moment by moment, depending on our personal vibration determines how we are going to feel. How we are going to feel about any circumstances. How are we going to feel about what's going on in our life, a person in our life speaking to us. Our personal vibration is so important. Let me give you a quick example. One of my really irritants, let me just say used to be irritants, was hanging on the phone. You know, if in other words, yesterday I had to call tech support, AT&T for my iPhone. And, you know, usually you're on the phone. I was on the phone for a long time. Okay, go to your settings, go to general, go to mail, go to this. And I'm on the phone for a long time clicking because, quite frankly, don't tell anyone, but I'm not that computer savvy or not really tech savvy. I'm from the Stone Age, I'll admit it. And it used to be really annoying because, I mean, all of this stuff just goes over my head. If somebody starts explaining to me gigabytes and megabytes and technical things, I mean, my brain is like a sieve. It just goes in and out. That's just not my thing. And what I used to do was say, oh, you know, don't explain it to me because I don't understand it anyway. You know, in other words, you're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. And yesterday, for the first time, I swear, I was on the phone with tech support twice, 2 separate occasions, for over an hour. And I thought about how I used to feel. When I say used to, I'm just talking about a month ago or a couple of weeks ago. And now I have let go of this resisting even the smallest annoyances or irritants, if you will. I don't like feeling annoyed. I don't like being irritated. I don't like that feeling. And I've actually asked the universe to please, and I see there's a caller. Let me get right to you in just a couple minutes, caller. Please rid me of that annoying feeling. can I just sit and listen to it all and be at peace and let it all go and not have any preferences and stop trying to control what somebody else is doing, even if they're explaining something to me that I don't understand? So I had a really big breakthrough yesterday because, like I said, I was on the phone twice, and each conversation lasted over an hour. And I was able to just listen to it all, even though I didn't understand it, even though I used to not want to hear it, and just listen to it and be okay. See, this life for me is about all of those moments. It's not about, for me, it's about getting through my day relaxed, peaceful, and being okay with whatever happens, and being okay with other people and their wanting, because the intention is just wanting to help. Giving up control, trying to control each moment, it was really huge for me. This show, Reality Spirituality, is about each moment. It's about getting, for me, it's about making sure or wanting to, intending to, my personal vibration is so calm and so easy and so peaceful that it doesn't matter what someone is saying. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter. I'm just flowing with it all. Expectations, wanting something to be different than it is. I'm really over it. I am really, really over it. My latest book, Reality Spirituality, is available for you to order now. It's not online yet. You can order it through my website, and it's free shipping in the United States. You can go to www.RebeccaNorrington.com. It's called Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, and that's what I talk about, happiness and the moments, happiness and circumstances, happiness and money, happiness and death, happiness and forgiveness, happiness and fill in the blank. I mean, I just want to be able to enjoy all of it without judgments, labels, and resisting. How about you? You are live on Reality Spirituality. What is your first name? Hi. Hello.
Hi, my name is Helen.
Hi, Helen. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. What's going on with you?
Well, I was wondering if I could ask an intuitive question.
Sure. Yes.
I am in the process of changing jobs, and I want to make sure that I use my discernment in the right way and choose the best opportunity for the next opportunity.
I'm closing my eyes, and I'm just feeling you. Can you just give me a little bit more?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be switching jobs, and I'm interviewing with a couple new opportunities, and I just want to make sure that I choose the right one.
Okay, because what it feels like is that you're not able to, because what I'm hearing is, what I'm feeling is, I want to make sure, because it's what you said. You said, I want to make sure that I choose the correct job, right?
Correct.
And so now I have a question for you, which is really going to throw you, okay? Okay, so it might throw you. I don't know if it's going to throw you or not. Do you really think that you have a choice in any of these circumstances?
I do.
Okay, and do you trust that your choices are always going to be for your betterment?
No.
Oh, well, I'm glad you called because, well, let me just say this. For me, I'm only going to speak for myself. Everything that has happened in my life up to this date, I can look back on it and say, okay, I could have turned right or I could have turned left. But in reality, looking back, hindsight, everything that's happened, even though in the moment I said, well, gee, I should have done this. I should have, this word should. I really do not like that word should. I've actually eliminated it from my vocabulary. I don't use the word should anymore. But everything that has happened to me, if I look back on it, has really happened for my betterment. Can you say that there's something that has happened to you that hasn't caused you to grow and or evolve?
Yeah, I can think of plenty of things I could have done differently that I could have still grown and evolved.
So are you asking about trusting your intuition, or are you really needing help with making a decision?
I'm more needing help with making a decision.
Okay. And your choices are from 2, correct?
Correct.
So this is what I would say to you. How does each one, or this is what I would ask you, how does each one feel to you? Because feelings are really, really powerful. How does each one feel? I mean, can you sit in each decision and feel it?
One, I know people, so there's a sense of, I know these people, so there's more of a sense of trust, but it's a very large organization. The other one is a much smaller organization, but I don't know the people, but they do some interesting things.
Okay, and this is so interesting what you're talking about, because you're still coming from your head. You're thinking it through. You're analyzing it. And I'm asking you to feel. I'm asking you to feel it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't feel one way more toward. I probably feel more towards the larger company because it's more of a known commodity.
Okay. And again, and I don't mean to keep going over this. I'm just really trying to get into this. When you say known commodity, that's also a head thing. That's also like you're thinking it, you're analyzing it. It's when you're talking about feeling, you're feeling more of a comfort. You're feeling more comfortable with it. But I'm actually asking you to feel and get into your intuition, and can you really get into? In other words, okay, let me go this way. And thank you for your playing with me. When are you able to use your intuition to make a decision? Your intuition. Because I have an intuition, definitely, about all of this. But I really, my job here, in other words, is to empower you. So when have you used your intuition and felt your intuition to make a decision in your life?
I can't off the top of my head give you an example right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you, because I really cannot feel for you.
Yeah,
I can't
that's fine.
Feel, yeah, but I would like.
I mean, I just haven't really taken the time to sit down and feel, so that's just probably something I need to do.
Yes, exactly, Helen, exactly. And then what I would like you to do, because I can feel you. You are a thinker and you are an analyzer. I can feel you, and I would like you to actually ask the universe. You know what, universe? Give me more to work with. In other words, one of the things that I love is choices. So you can choose to use your analytical. You can choose to think about it. You can choose to okay, this is more comfortable, or this is a larger company, and this is a little bit less known. Yes, that's all in your head. But I really would like you to be able to get into that, developing your feeling, the instinct, like all of us, we all have it. And so what I'm thinking is that you're not used to using that instinct in that really, really deep place.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And so just ask for help and just quiet it down and just say, universe, direct me with the feeling. And you know the difference. You know the difference between thinking and feeling. I know you do.
Right. Okay.
So that's what I would say.
Okay.
Did that help?
Appreciate it. Yes,
okay.
It did.
Okay. You're welcome. Whew. Okay. We are live at Reality Spirituality. I'm going to go to my next caller. You are live, area code 404. What is your first name?
My first name is Tanisha.
Hi, Tanisha. I know you.
Hi. I love your show.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, too. What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing. Just trying to figure some stuff out.
Go ahead. What are you trying to figure out? Let's do this.
I'm trying to listen to more of my intuition, but lately, I don't know if I'm not listening, but nothing's coming up. I'm sitting still, trying to see what my next move is going to be, and I just can't figure it out.
Ooh, what a good statement. Because you know what, Tanisha, my dear Tanisha, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
What? Yes.
First of all, what are you chewing on? It sounds good.
I'm have an icicle because I just had surgery on my mouth. I have my 4 wisdom teeth, so it's like ice pop.
Okay, I was just wondering, honey, because I could feel it. I'm like, whatever she's smacking on sure does sound like she's enjoying it. Do you know what, Tanisha? Guess what? This is going to blow your mind. You ready?
Yes.
It's not your job to figure it out, honey.
Okay.
And it's interesting because my first caller, the lady that spoke earlier, who was not happy with me because I didn't give her the answer that she wanted. She wanted me to kind of feel for her and make a decision for her, which I am not going to do. I really, my show, this is about empowering you. I do not want to, I make suggestions. I can share with you different perspectives, but it is not my job to make a decision for you. But you say you're trying to figure something out, and let me tell you something, that the universe figures this out for you. Your job is to sit and relax and to trust, and this is a hard one, and to surrender, to trust and surrender, and let the universe do its thing.
Okay. I've just been I've been sitting here really just thinking and so idle, and just kind of excited to see what the future holds because I have no clue where I'm going from here.
Well, there you go. Now, see, now you're talking. Now that's good. Being excited. You can be excited, but you don't even have to have a reason to be excited. Just be excited about knowing that whatever is going to unfold is going to be happening perfectly in order for your betterment. Perfectly. So get excited about it, But how about this? Let's get excited about the unknown.
Yeah, I've been seeing like these signs. I don't know what this means. It's his name Daryl. I don't know. For the last couple of, like 3 or 4 days, the name Daryl has popped up like 6 or 7 times. And I just want to know, does that have any kind of significance to me?
I don't know. Hell if I know. The name Daryl, I don't know. I have no idea. But guess what? You're going to know soon enough.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, of course you will. You will know soon enough.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
trust and you've totally surrendered, right?
Yes.
So what's the issue? You really don't even have a reason to have any questions, do you?
I do. No, not really. Actually, no. If you put it in that perspective, then no.
Yeah, you got this. The universe has it. Just stay in that excited mode. Stay in that excited mode, and be excited about the unknown. Have you ever heard that? Get excited about the unknown.
Yes.
No, I thought I was the original. Okay, well, keep it up. You have any other questions?
No, that's it.
All right, sweetie. I'm going to put you back on hold. I got a lot of people calling today.
Okay.
Okay? You sure you don't have anything else? How about this? Why don't you think about it, and I'll come back to you a little bit later, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Because I can feel when people have other issues, and whether she can feel it or not, but I can feel it. Okay, we're going to go live to area code 847. Area code 847. What's your first name?
Hi, this is Jill.
Hi, Jill. Welcome to the show.
Okay, I need some spiritual guidance. Are you ready?
Yes, I do. Oh, I have a question for you. Did you order my book?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. So I'm just
sorry.
saying. No. I'm just asking you because it will really assist you, and then you'll have something all the time. But go ahead, Go ahead, Jill. I love you anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, I do.
You know, I come from an extremely toxic family and a very difficult experience with my family, and I've done all this work on myself, and an incident just happened that is just like my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And after all this work, I'm just devastated.
Okay.
And what happened is my daughter's friend's dad was supposed to fix our lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't fix it, and they have to move to Missouri.
Okay.
He will not give it back to me until I pay him $200 for fixing it.
Okay.
So I called the police. They said there's nothing I can do. I have to take him to court. Well, he'll be long gone. He refuses to give me back my lawnmower until I pay him $200 for fixing it, which he never fixed. He said it was unfixable. Now he wants me to pay him $200 to get it back. This is my childhood all over again. I've done all this work on myself, and it's like I feel now I'm just devastated.
Okay, now hold on a second. So you're telling me you're devastated because of a lawnmower?
Well, I stood up for myself. I actually said I'm going to stand up for myself and go all the way, call the police, because I was never allowed to stand up for myself. Anybody could rip me off, do whatever, and then I still can't get my lawnmower back. I'm just devastated. Get that part.
I'm feeling you. I'm really feeling you, and you know I know you.
Right. And you always have great things to say, always.
Yes, I do know you, and I have great things to say for you right now. So, do you? Because there's so many things going on. I mean, your story has probably about 20 different issues.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
20 different issues.
And I told my daughter yesterday that, what's the intention? What's the lesson? What am I really, truthfully trying to accomplish? I even said that, but go on.
Yeah. I love you. First of all, I've told you this before, that you're self-aware. I love that. And what I want to say is this is okay. This is going to, I don't know, because I've talked to so many people, but this is one of your biggest issues, is only having one perspective. When I say one perspective, I say one perspective that you're focusing on, because you can have, like I say, 360 perspectives, but you're looking at the same situation only one way.
Okay.
Which means, okay, here's this asshole who says he's going to fix my lawnmower. He didn't fix it. He's not going to give it back. I stood up for myself. I called the police. He wants $200, on and on and on. I mean, that's the only way you can look at this, right?
Yes.
No. That's the only way you've been looking at this.
And I've also been looking at it I've done all this work on myself, and this is my childhood. Getting, everything being stolen from me, never getting it back. He's doing it because I'm alone with a child.
No, you don't. No. Let me say this: you don't know the motivation of anybody. You cannot get into anyone else's head. It might look like that. It might, it might appear like that, but you never know a book until you open it up and you are that book. You don't know. So let's get rid of knowing. Number one, write this down. Get rid of. Really eliminate, I know what this person is thinking. I know what this other person is doing. I know that this other person is trying to rip me off. I know this. You never know about anybody else. You cannot.
Okay, I get that.
You know what? Even if they tell you, even if they sit there and try to explain it, let me tell you something. Even if they give you a definition, just like you're talking to me, the words that you use and the words that I use, we might even use the same word and still have a different definition or a different feeling about the same word, only because we've experienced different things.
Right.
Like the word love to me might feel different than the word love to you. I mean, we're just all so different. So number one, know that you don't know the reason why anybody is doing anything or saying anything.
Okay.
Ever. You cannot get into their heads. So that's one way. So when you think you know, that's one less thing you have to do. You don't know.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two. Gee, I lost my train of thought. Number two. Okay, I got it. Number two. One of the things, and one of the things I love about you is because you always say this, you want to hear the truth. The truth is, you are constantly, you are not living in the moment. You are not living in the present moment. Your life is the past. Your entire life, the reasons why you say, speak, feel, all have to do with yesterday.
Yes, that's correct, and I'm like stuck.
No, and that's another thing. You're always saying you're stuck, you're this, you're putting up this, I'm stuck, I'm blocked, I want to break through, and you haven't gotten to the point where, because you're not stuck. This everything from the very beginning, from your wonderful birth to this moment right now, is happened for this. What if you are this beautiful story? You are a story, and right now you're here. The story before that happened is over. In other words, you're reading a book. We have a book, and you keep going back and reading chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You keep rereading the beginning of the story. So
I just want to stop you. I love the way that you say things because your mind communicates exactly the way I get it. Thank you.
Oh, don't make me
the
get
way that
chills
your
up here.
mind works,
chills.
It works with my mind. So thank you. Keep going.
You're welcome. And let me say this, and this is one of the things. And let me say this, Jill. Everybody, now listen. I think I'm wonderful. You think I'm wonderful. I think you're wonderful. But guess what? Everybody is not going to think that I'm wonderful. And everybody that would be listening to this conversation, some people, in fact, I don't know if you were here for my first caller, but she thought I was shit. She thought I was full of shit. And it's okay, because we're all different energies. But see, I'm not going to personalize it. For whatever reason, she did not like what I had to say. I mean, when I say she did not like it, she didn't like it. I've had people call up and ask me questions, and they've hung up on me, and they've also said, you don't have an answer. You don't know what you're talking about. But you see, I'm not supposed to appeal to everybody. I'm not supposed to, and I get it, and I'm not offended, because everybody isn't going to get me, or everybody's not going to connect with me.
You know what I find really interesting is you had that caller who was upset with you. Then you get me as a caller saying, you communicate so beautifully. It's perfect for me. Isn't that funny? It's a matter of minutes.
Yeah, but guess what? And this is the difference. Do you feel my energy? My energy doesn't change regardless of what anyone says to me or does to me.
That's a good point, too. That's a good point, too.
That's what I'm saying. When you get to a point where you really know, when you really trust that everything is in order, there is nothing anybody can say or do to me that's going to move me at all. At all. Jill, did I tell you I was disinherited?
No.
Yes. My mother disinherited me in 2007, a year and a half before my father died. Now, my father was, I'm just kind of digressing, just giving you a little bit of background. My father was losing it at like the last 5 years of his life. He had this, it's called hydrocephalitis, and it parallels Alzheimer's. And so bottom line is my mother was doing a lot of things with the finances, and if my father had been competent, she would never have been allowed to do what she was doing, like purchasing QVC, HSLN, all of this stuff, on and on and on. I've told this story 100 times on the air. And so I cut up her credit cards. I cut up her account. I basically tried to control her with good intentions, but it wasn't my job to control her. And so when she found out, she disinherited me.
Wow. I
was devastated, hurt, devastated. But that's not even the story. The story is I was supposed to be disinherited. I was supposed to experience that. I was supposed to experience it, and let me tell you something. It was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because my mother and I, get ready for this one, we're closer. I am closer with my mother than I have ever been in my life, and I'm still disinherited.
Really?
Yes. And the reason why is because I know. I didn't know it then. Like I said, this was 2007. What is this, 7 years later? 7 years later, honey. Was about a year. She didn't talk to me for a year and a half. On the day I buried my father, she wasn't speaking to me. I mean, I went to the services, and she didn't speak with me. I mean, I saw her at the service. I sat next to her, and she had nothing to say to me on the day I buried my father. Okay? Now, this, like I said, that was in 2000.
I can feel that.
What?
I can feel that. Keep going. What it feels like. I can feel that.
So then what happened? Well, what happened was I knew, because this is one of my things, one of my really big things, because you cannot be happy, my dear Jill. You cannot be happy. You cannot move on unless you have the ability to forgive. Unless you can forgive, and I mean it from your soul.
Tell me again, how does it feel? Like when you actually forgive someone, how does that feel? You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. How it feels, you feel light.
Or how do you know you have, or like, you know,
because
it's a mental thing. How do you turn it into not a mental thing? You know what I'm saying?
I am, and because it doesn't bother me. Do you hear how I'm telling you the story?
Yep.
Do you feel any energy of, oh God, that bitch disinherited me? Nope. I'm just talking about it as a matter of fact, story. Because that's all it is. It's a story. It's a story with no judgments. It's a story with no labels. The thing that I know to be true is that it happened for a great reason. It happened for a great reason. Now, do I know the reason? I know it now. 5 years I didn't see her. 5 years. She lives in a different state than me, and she refused to let me come and visit, back to the house. 5 years I did not see my mother. I only saw my mother for the first time last year. 5 years. And what I'm saying is that the universe has this plan. Anytime I'm dissatisfied with the plan, then I feel like crap. I cannot be dissatisfied with whatever the plan the universe has for me. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. And let me say this. Not only is it the universal plan, before I even came here, before I even, was born, I signed off to experience all of this. I signed off. I wanted to experience being disinherited. I wanted the whole experience. And
what do you think I'm supposed to learn from this lawnmower thing?
You are the same thing you're supposed to learn from all of it. You're supposed to let it go, no judgments, let it go. It's not about standing up for yourself. That's not the lesson. That's not your lesson. Your lesson is not to stand up for yourself. Let me just tell you that right now.
Okay.
You think that's what it is because you're thinking with your head, but that's not your lesson. No, that's not it.
Okay.
Your lesson, first of all, is to you do this. It's like you're always on guard. It's like you're in ready mode. You're in this mode of waiting to be waiting. I don't want to use the word attacked. Attacked is not the word. I'm looking for a word. You're waiting to be. You're waiting to be
betrayed, maybe.
What?
Would that be it? Betrayed.
Yeah. You're waiting to be betrayed. You're waiting to be dumped on. You're waiting to be crapped on. You're waiting for all of that shit. You're waiting for shit to happen to you. You're waiting for it. It's
okay.
Like, and you're so sensitive to it, and you're taking it all personally. You're taking this lawnmower thing personally, and it's not.
Okay. I'm following you. I have no problem. Keep going.
Yeah, it's not personal. What if, I don't know, do you really need a lawnmower?
Well, I use my neighbor's.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, there you go. Who cares? You need a lawn, let it go. I mean, this is really hard. One of the things that you are not able to do at this moment, not forever, but at this moment, is to let go of anything. You are not able to let go of any past moments. Like I said, you live yesterday. You live the next moment. You're not in this moment.
Yep. But you know what? You did really help me last week because what I did was it was beautiful out. I laid out in the sun. I saw myself for the truth about myself. What a great being I am, and I saw this. I had this visualization of being a kid in a candy store and all the jars and all the things I'm entitled to. And
I remember
myself.
all of that. I remember you saying that, but again, let me just say this. You are still, every time you talk, It's always about yesterday.
You're right.
Okay, let me throw this at
yes,
you.
You're right.
Yeah.
See, that's why I need to talk to you so you can bring it to my attention.
Okay, and even this is going to sound really, really crazy, but this is what I do. This is what I do. You know, the great moments, I don't even dwell on the great moments. The great moments, the meditation moments. I mean, I've had so many, great moments this past week, great moments, but I don't sit around and frickin' think about yesterday and the great moments. I don't think about the great moments, and I don't think about the other moments. Why? Because I'm in this present moment, and in the present moment there is nothing going on. If you feel bad about anything, it's only because you're not in the present moment.
Okay. You
do a lot of rehashing yesterday.
Yes.
And now it's interesting. This is going to sound really hard, but it's like looking for something to feel bad about. Okay, I don't know if I've said this before, but I used to be addicted to, you ready for this? I used to be addicted to feeling bad. We talk about addiction.
So when you figured that out, why were you? Maybe that'll help me.
Because that's how I was raised. I was raised in an environment of what's wrong as opposed to what's right.
Okay.
I was raised like that.
Too.
My mother and father didn't have any other way of being. They weren't conscious people. They took care of me, but they weren't conscious.
I was raised like that too. What's bad instead of what's good.
Well, there you go.
Something like that.
Yeah, so that's why. But again, it's about your lessons are not about standing up for yourself again. Your lessons are about living in the present moment. That's your huge journey. The universe really wants you. Listen to this. This is a killer. The universe really wants you to experience everything, including the things that you think are all the things that you think are something's wrong, and then they want you to let go of it. Why are we dragging yesterday into today? Especially if it makes you feel like crap.
Oh.
And so this is your journey. This is what I feel. You are dragging yesterday with you you've been dragging yesterday with you all your life. Like I said, you read a book, you're reading chapter 1 over chapter 1 over chapter 1, and guess what? Chapter 1 is really a screwed up chapter. A lot of crap happens. And you're reading it over and over and over again.
Yep. And
this lawnmower, who cares? Let the guy take the lawnmower. $200? Are you kidding me? What's more important? Your vibration? I don't know why I'm yelling at you. I'm just so passionate.
You're not yelling. You are.
Yeah,
I can,
okay.
You're not. I know I come off like that, and I'm like, I'm not yelling. It's not yelling.
Yeah, I'm just really passionate. I'm actually standing up and I'm pacing right now. When I'm in a zone, I really start pacing. But where was I? I was really on a good point. Your lesson is, who cares about a lawnmower that's $200? Let it go. And the universe, you know what the universe is saying? There's our dear Jill. She still can't let it go. She still thinks that she's being screwed over. She still thinks she's being taken advantage of. She still thinks she knows why this person is doing it. She still thinks she needs to. The universe is like, no, well, she's still doing that. And you will know when you will feel a shift. You will not feel a shift. You will shift when something quote unquote egregious happens, and you're like, mosquitoes, who cares? And you keep on marching. That's where you're going to be. Doesn't that sound peaceful?
Yes.
Don't you want to get there?
Yes.
There you go. Now, every time I don't care about your thoughts, because sometimes our thoughts, come on, please. My thoughts, you think I can stop them? I can't. Like I say, we witness our thoughts. Don't put any focus on them. But what you speak, even your words, no more talking about yesterday or the other moment, yesterday's moment. No more. In other words, practice it. Practice not speaking about what happened.
Okay.
That's a good one, huh?
Yep.
Can you do that?
The thing, though, what do I do with the energy? Like, how do I, not build up the energy thing? I think you already answered the question.
What do you mean, what do you do with the energy? The energy of what?
Anything.
Your energy, let me say this, your energy is kind of like, the energy is like an ocean, Sometimes it's a little turbulent, sometimes it's up, it's down, sometimes there's big waves, sometimes it's very, very calm. And it never stays the same. You talked about experience something. Your energy never stays the same. Just relax and let the energy wash through you. I don't care how it feels. You know that you're not going to feel, okay, let's just say you're feeling bad, you're feeling crappy, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling taken advantage of, you're feeling all of those things. Let's just say that. But you're not going to feel like that forever. You're not going to feel like that every single day the rest of your life. So know that energy never is stagnant. It always just flows, and it flows. And you're going to feel another energy in another moment. You're going to feel another energy in another moment.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, just flow. You're on this beautiful ride. You're on this river, and you're flowing down the river, and you're riding down the river. I like to call it the easy river. No, not easy, the lazy river. I like to say the lazy river. You're on the lazy river, and you're just flowing, and you're enjoying the ride. Now sometimes it's going to be a little bump, but you're still just flowing down you're going down the lazy river. You're not going to feel wonderful and all this stuff all the time. I have this discussion with my son all the time. Well, Mom, I can't feel happy all the time. Things always happen, and I'm not even asking to feel happy. But just know that everything is always moving, and don't get so attached to this energy. Don't get attached to anything. Just relax. Did that help?
Yes, it actually did.
Yeah, I even feel a shift in you right now. I've been feeling a shift, and especially in the last couple of minutes.
See, you put things in perspective for me.
That's what I'm supposed to do. That's my job. That's why I'm here. That's one of my big purposes. And the only reason why I can put it in perspective for you is because I had to put it in perspective for me. I mean, if I'm claiming to be, and not claiming, if I'm a happiness specialist, then hell yeah, I have to figure this stuff out. Why am I happy in one moment and not happy in another? Well, there's reasons for it. There's a lot of reasons for it. And I'm here to share with you the reasons. So that lawnmower thing, as far as I'm concerned, it's over and done. And if you say one more thing about this lawnmower, I don't know where you live, but I'm going to take a plane flight and find you and just kiss you on your face if you say one more thing about this lawnmower. And in fact, let's do it right now. Let's say thank you for that guy for taking your lawnmower. Let's actually say thank you for him for giving you for inspiring you to call and finding out that it's not even about the lawnmower. It's about living in the moment. So let's actually say thank you for this guy that took your lawnmower. Are you there with me?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear it.
Okay, I can say thank you. Okay, I can say
Where's
thank
the
you
butt?
for
Where's
being
the
here for me to talk me through this and give me another perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And give me some things so to me that's the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
You pointed some things out to me, so I can say thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. And we say thank you for, there you go. And I'm going to thank the guy for taking the lawnmower. Listen, okay, let me hit you with this.
Excuse me, my daughter and I ended up with a virus. Go on.
Let me throw this out. I thank the universe for having my mother disinherit me. I say thank you. I am grateful. Are you kidding me? It was one of the best things that ever happened to me. The best. Not only are we closer, I'm able to be more honest. Our relationship is. I mean, it's crazy. My mother's like a love stalker. She has to talk to me all day. I mean, if I call her 10 times a day, she's answering the phone. I mean, it's crazy how much this woman loves me. It's crazy. So I say thank you. Thank you for disinheriting me. Now, if I can say thank you for disinheriting me, you can say thank you about this lawnmower thing. Well, listen, you don't have to do it, but I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
Yes?
I'm here.
I know you're there. I know you're there.
What a journey. What a journey.
So when you speak, write this down right now. Your words, what you speak, because I have control. I do not have control over what I'm thinking about. I'm just telling you right now, I do not have control over my thoughts. I am not my thoughts. I don't focus on my thoughts. My thoughts can go from, A to Z and back again. I do not have control over my thoughts, but I do have control over my words. And I would like you to make this is like an exercise. Like I said, we're talking about a skill, developing a new skill like anything else. In order to be a great writer, your first story is not going to be published. Your first book is not going to be on the New York. Well, that's not true, but you know what I'm saying. If you're a musician, you have to practice to be a great musician. Even a singer, everybody has to practice, and so to develop these skills. So your skill that I want you to develop is your words, and this is your job to really sit before you speak and make sure your words have nothing to do with yesterday.
I'm writing it down.
Ooh, that's good.
That's pretty powerful.
Because you have control. You don't have control over anybody else. You don't have control over what anyone does. You don't have control over circumstances, but you definitely have control over how you speak. And the more you practice, just like developing any great skill, the more you practice speaking in the moment. Oh, no. Scratch that. The more you practice not speaking about yesterday, the better you're going to get at it.
Okay.
So that means before you speak, and this is, it's different on the radio. On the radio, that's why I'm here. But in your real life, before you open your mouth, practice. What am I talking about yesterday? Am I talking about something that happened a week ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Really, I'm talking about it? No, you have control over not talking about it. And then you'll get even better at not talking about yesterday. It'll be a habit. See, now you're addicted and you have a habit of talking about yesterday. You do.
Yes.
last week I went to I went and I saw a couple of people that I hadn't seen probably in about 5 or 6 years. Actually, I used to get these fake nails on my, I used to get those acrylic nails, and so I used to get those for maybe 5 or 6 years, and I quit, and I hadn't seen the girl that used to do my nails probably 7 years or so. So I went back and I talked to her. And all she did was talk about yesterday. And Rebecca, do you remember? And honestly, Jill, I couldn't remember because I've gotten in such a habit. I never talk about yesterday. I can't even. It's like hard for me to talk about what happened. Yes, it's really hard for me. I mean, I have to really think about and concentrate. Let's see what happened yesterday. Even if it's being disinherited, or even if it's some slight, or even if it's somebody, unjust, I really don't do it anymore. It's hard for me to talk about what happens in my real life. So I want you to get to that point. I want you to get to that place where you can't even do it. How fun was that going to be, huh?
Yeah, yep. That sounds huge.
Yeah. Well, let's not say huge. Let's say it sounds like a plan.
Okay.
And like any skill, listen, I'm a big basketball fan. I can't believe the hour's almost up. I'm a big basketball fan. Do you think because they're having the World Championship Series now, do you think these players are the best players in the world? They got like that overnight? Practice. Any athlete, practice. Olympian athletes, practice years and years and years of practice. And that's all this life is about, just developing new skills and practicing the ones that are going to serve you. You want skills that serve you. Living in the past, talking about what happened that doesn't feel good, doesn't serve you at all, and it doesn't serve that daughter of yours.
That's true.
Remember, you have to be the example for that daughter. Now we're teaching her to talk about yesterday, but we're going to be teaching her a new thing starting today.
Okay.
Today we're going to start teaching her how to, oh, shit, I'm talking about yesterday, zip the lip. Zip the lip.
Okay.
Yes? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Whew. All right. I really loved your call as usual.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and I want to hear about it, and I want you to practice your new and developing skill.
And hopefully we help someone else, too, today, because it was great wisdom.
Well, thank you. Yes, of course. And you know what? Let's say this. It's not even about helping other people. It's about this moment. It's about what we're doing, because if you change, the world changes. If I change, the world changes. That's it. So when you start developing this new skill, and when you start, I'm talking about this, I'm talking about yesterday, and you zip your lip, guess what? The world's better.
You're right.
What a great show. I cannot believe how fast this hour goes. Again, if you want to order my book, it's Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness. And that's what I am, a happiness specialist. What the hell does that mean? Well, that means that in any situation, in any moment, there are behaviors that either add to your happiness, there are behaviors that subtract from your happiness. And I'm here to share with you different perspectives, different ways to add to. I mean, close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes and remember a time when you've experienced an indescribable moment, a moment that's connected you with the energy that creates worlds, an unforgettable moment, a moment that you felt the power of creation itself, a moment when you feel connected with heaven and earth. You're connected with the entire universe. We've all had those moments. When I have those moments, I'm overwhelmed. I could have them all throughout the day. I'm overwhelmed with emotion. Every cell in your body feels harmony with the world, with the universe, with God, with source energy. When you feel those moments are so they're actually indescribable. This show, Reality Spirituality, what I am about is sharing with you how to create more of those moments. More of those moments in your life. And it is possible, because if I can do it, you can do it. So if you believe you can feel good, and you can feel those moments more often, you can. You can, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of what happens. Whew, that's all the time we have in today's show. Remember, Reality Spirituality is heard every Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you've enjoyed the show, if you want more information on the coaching programs I offer, you can go to my website at RebeccaNorrington.com. That's RebeccaNorrington.com, and go to the private sessions tab. If you like to receive my free monthly newsletter, which, of course, I'm late, you can email me at info@RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. And if you've enjoyed the show, I would like you to go to Facebook, Reality Spirituality, and like Reality Spirituality's Facebook page. Until next week. Oh, I forgot. Jesus, I totally forgot. Tomorrow, I am going to be interviewing Mariam Williamson. Mariam Williamson wrote A Course in Miracles. She's in Los Angeles, and she's running for Congress in Los Angeles 33rd District. So tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be interviewing Mariam Williamson. She's been seen on Oprah, Larry King. She's, been in the spiritual movement forever, 30 years or so. So she's going to be on live with me tomorrow. We're going to be talking about her campaign. Get out and vote. All of my listeners in the Los Angeles area, let's get out there and vote for Mariam Williamson. And again, I want to remind you who you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. You're always growing. You're always changing. Love is patient and love is kind. Be patient and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Let's connect again next week. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. Have a great week.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's the new experience. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Get real. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now.